Mars transit, Mars plus transit, because not Mars transiting, the four planets going together in the transit mode. And three other planets with Mars are Sun, Mercury and Venus in the same house. So for each and every sign, I'm defining the effect as well. Taurus, after 17th of January 2026, the four planets are going together in your ninth house, the house of luck. Which one? Mars, Sun, Mercury, Venus together in the ninth house of luck, in ninth house. So this particular transit provides through an encounter, love, or experience of beauty in art. You will have a conscious expanding experience that will broaden you and bring you personal growth. Mars, Sun, Mercury, Venus in your house of luck. This particular form that this experience takes you can be quite varied. This would be a good time to see an art exhibit and that challenge your preconceived views about what is beautiful. Probably this will entertaining rather than unsettling, and you will experience something new. Or you might go to concert that feature music entirely different than from anything you have ever seen or heard. This transit can signify a long, enjoyable pleasure trip. You will derive the most benefit from the trip to place you have never seen before, where you can encounter something totally new. This is a fine time for a vacation. Your experience may be broadened through a loved one who shows you the new things, new path, or something may happen that will teach you more about your relationship, not to disturb you, but to increase your insight. You will be attracted at this time to a new person who are strange and different in terms of your past experience. It will be this very difference that attract you to them. Such person may be foreigner or people who have gone to strange places, or simply person whom you regard as better educated or more experienced than yourself. Whichever of these affect your experience, this is usually an easy and rewarding transit. But during this particular time of the year, you should attempt to broaden your horizon in every possible way. Through your study, new, unfamiliar experience, travel, or by meeting people or from totally different background who can reveal another aspect of the world to you. Strive to make even most trivial encounter a positive learning experience. This is an extremely favorable time to undertake a new course of study, a new hobby, or intellectual discipline. It doesn't matter whether you are studying for a practical purpose or for enjoyment, as long as it stimulates your intellect and give you a broader perspective on the universe. The same function can be served by doing things that are different from your normal routine. This is not a time to retreat you to your home except for reading a study or mention. If you cannot get interested in new mental activity, recognize that you are still eager for a new understanding and satisfy this need by breaking out of your everyday mold and getting out into the broader world. Travel would be a good way to do this. If you can arrange for it at this time of the year, but a trip should not be purely recreational purpose. You should go somewhere where you can learn something. On another level, this transit can indicate involvement or concern with a law, although probably you will not be directly involved in a legal case yourself. More likely, you would have to investigate a principle of law in connection with your everyday activity or business. This transit may also indicate metaphysical, religious and spiritual concern in general. Certainly, you're more than usually receptive to these aspects of life. This particular transit can be a time when you do more creative intellectual work than usual and attempt to convey your experience and view of the world to others. The belief and ideas you consider true and important, you will assert and defend whenever is necessary. Obviously, this is valuable if you have to influence other people to make an impression on them, but it can also be a danger if you can try to beat people over the head with your opinions and ideas. The problem is to avoid identifying your ego with what you believe. When you identify your ego with your ideas, you really believe you are that idea and you will defend it as if it were literally your own body. Even the psychological reaction are the same, but you are not what you think or you believe, and proceeding as if you were can only lead to the problem. It is perfectly all right to defend your belief, but other people do not have to feel and believe exactly that you do on every issue. Do not try to force your religious and philosophical views or your overall view of the world on others. What you can do now is put all of your energy into expanding your mind. Look for experience that will open up new dimension of reality instead of wasting your energy on defending your ideas. Expand and enlarge your present belief. Travel can be quite gratifying. Now, if you do not have a serious affliction in this house of transit or natally, if you do, any travel would be frustrating or unrewarding. It could be every mean on an accident while traveling, although that is not likely unless you have a number of accident indication coming in at once. The ninth house is also a house of law and the court. Under certain circumstances, this transit can indicate legal difficulties. If there are any serious affliction in your ninth house, this could work out quite badly for you. Mars, the planet of ego drive, is very much at home in this, the house of highest ego expression. This transit can indicate many positive energies and, as usual, certain problem if you are not careful and do not recognize the need of others. This is also a good time for any kind of study and education because you are intellectually eager for knowledge and new experiences. You want to take a larger view of your life in order to see how the various parts fit together to make up the whole. Any new and interesting phenomena from the world outside your own is likely to attract your attention at this time. Subjects relating to foreign places, the law, the philosophy, the higher knowledge of any kind will engage your attention. It is possible that you have some dealings with officials connected with the law. Although you should not fear this possibility, particularly although this transit is not very long. It is good time to travel. Your curiosity makes travel very interesting to you, but to get the most from the experience, you should expose yourself to a life as different your own as possible. You're quite open to alternative lifestyle at this time, so try to encounter as many different ways of living you can. This transit is good for all kind of conservation, all kind of conversations, and communication with others, especially about rather abstract ideas, general philosophy, and approach to life. It is easier now to make your position in this area very clear to others. Also, you'll be inclined to listen more carefully to what others have to say about these ideas. You'll be especially interested in if their belief differs from your own. Consequently, you are much more tolerant than usual of different opinions. So this particular transit can be very dignified and unique one for you. So take the most advantage. Taurus task precaution chanting to achieve the best out of this transit. Task number 1. Do donate rice to Temple of the Langar. That will give you huge force to the 9th house. Extraordinary force to the 9th house. Quantity will be 2 kg each. And the precaution, Refrain from any kind of a living conflict and argument with anybody. And refrain from keeping clutter in your possession. Refrain from buying any electronic goods or steel appliances. Chanting, which will give you ultimate boost to the Taurus. Om Eng Harim Kalim Chamundai Viche Ati Somyati Rudrae Mundamalani Kalike Devaye Name. The finest chanting belongs to Mahakali. Om Eng Harim Kalim Chamundai Viche Ati Somyati Rudrae Mundamalani Kalike Devaye Name. More you do it, more you achieve success, prosperity, power and authority. You can take your astrological journey even deeper by downloading my free app. Just sign up and you receive a complimentary basic consultation as my welcome gift to you. But you'll have access to premium content. Weekly horoscope premium content, monthly horoscope premium content, yearly horoscope premium content. Yes, with transit effect, conclusions, task precaution chanting, very thorough report, weekly, monthly, yearly. Wish you all the best. Thank you.